Hello, everybody, and welcome to another stream. Okay, this music's way too loud for my liking. There we go. Okay, so I now know what the timing of the stream is. There's a good 5-second delay there. That's perfect. That's fine, that. Right, guys, welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. We're off to it again. Another stream, another day. I will just say Yaz, I'm live. It's going to be way easier. Oh shit, that's not Yaz, that's Genoa. Sorry. I was insisting that Yaz. Yaz. Yeah, shit. Oops. Sorry, you know what? Yeah, just send that to Yaz. All you know is just got a message that I'm live and I realised I sent it to you know before I realised. I do like this song. I'm going to crank it up a little. And then Roundabout's my favourite in this playlist specifically. Right, so today we are going to have a bit of fun. Now I have in my UI folder, bear with me a second, I'll show you in a second, I need to find it first, called Buildings, or something along that line, right? Buildings, nope. Assets, nope. Navigation, nope. Where the frick is state build menu? I'm blind. We need to grab that. Okay, so let me begin by discussing what we're doing today. And then we're going to get this done today because I am absolutely hellbound on getting this feature fixed. We're going to preview the game. Now then, in the game, just make sure this is actually previewing. Perfect, we're zoomed in. Let's say we just pick Oregon for sake of argument. You can't get these to show the menu. The reason why... Oh, it was me catching it, it's fine. The reason why is purely that the menu needs to go here, but it's actually spawning off frame to start with. That's problem one. Because this is a zoomable area. This has custom code that handles the rescaling of the UI so smoothly, you don't see this is changing zoom size. This does actually all change, bear in mind. It rescales every pixel difference, so really complex. But it's smooth, it's efficient, and it works. So say when I build in Washington, that is really annoying me. That's really annoying me, that. That bug still exists. Anyway, so say we're building there. Obviously, the issue we have is the menu doesn't show. So the first thing we need to do is edit the rescale code to have the assets. But what I've done for today's purposes, I've ripped the assets out. They're gone. They're not in the game. And we're going to redo it because it was, I don't want to say botched. However, I definitely could do better. So, with that in mind, we're going to redo it, re-envision it a little, change a few things, and hopefully, keyword hopefully, make it better. So, that's what we're going to do. Let's have a see. So, I need to find... I need to find the file I want. So we have today, let's see. Refresh the page because it's showing it as, I started the stream as Jan 13th, so I forgot to change it. I changed it on both. I want to just double check that actually works before I continue. Yep, both work. Okay, sorry, I just had to check that was right, because I just saw it was there showing it still. So, Hmm. Right. One of the things I want. Oh, here it is. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Crank the music a little. Do, 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 do. Make a note of that. So what I need to do is find the spreadsheet. I'm going to do that later. We're just going to focus on finding all the assets, piecing it together again. And I need to make a note for when I start streams before I start them to make sure I've got all the assets in one folder for future proofing. Bam 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 bam. Da, 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 da. 1 second. Is it me as that got? No, I can't zoom in more. Looks like it's a little off. I do hear that by Gilo. You can only zoom in by 2 and you can only zoom out to 0.5 and that's it. Other than that, you're left to your own devices. I do wish people could get even closer to the image. The only way that would be possible is if we make the image 8K instead of 4K. It already is 8K, bear in mind, but it's downscaled to 4K just because we found that making 8K was great, but there's issues. I do love the hand art parts of this. This is why I like the artist's work. It's all hand-drawn. That's why I like it. An absolutely amazing bit of art. And the problem is I've not heard from the artist lately. I don't know if I need to check my emails if I've missed something. When was she last online? 2 days ago. Right. No, she was last on recently. You busy or something? You busy? Can't tell. She must be because she's got many services. You all 10. A lot of illustrations, children book covers. See, she's a great artist all around, right? I wish she'd put it down as one of her abilities. I mean, designer maybe vaguely covers it. Love her portfolio pictures. I wish we could have it in a portfolio picture of the map, but I don't know if that would cause any issues for us. The most recent review. A week ago. Oh, that's mine. Cool. I've not heard anything from her anyway, so don't know. Don't know where she is, if she's busy or what. Either way, still good work. I'm hoping to work with her a bit more in the future. I just need to draw up some drafts and stuff. And then we got the other bit of art, that's the weather system that he's putting in. So there is that as well. It's really detailed. I don't know why I'm getting distracted by this, but I actually love flying around, just seeing what there is, and then looking at the source map that we use for referencing, and it's really detailed. Don't get me wrong, there'll be always a few mistakes on maps. There always is. But overall, this kind of work itself takes a lot of time. So, you know, that's where I've seen this before. I will not joke to you. I have kept seeing this the past few weeks, and I've been wondering, where the fuck is this from? I thought it was a game or something. It's fucking Maryland's. It's Maryland's state flag. Jeez. No, I'm serious. I've been like seeing it in streams and background speak. I'm like, is this a game? And then I've seen shirts with it on. I'm like, where's this from? I should know that. That's actually embarrassing. I didn't know that. That's, yeah. It's one of those. One of those things. Right, so what we're going to do, we need to think about this. It needs to appear here, really. And when it appears, what we're going to do is we're going to disable all this. So we need a disable trigger for all this. Thinking now. I don't want to add like a failsafe in case someone bugs themselves into that view. But at the same time, I kind of do, but I can't see how you do a bug to that view. I should just change the value like an idiot. So the UI is going to need an exit option, and yeah, for the exit of this, you just press task, although... Oh. Very clearly, there is a boundary issue going on there. You see that? That's because this is still visually apparently there to the code. Right, we'll be bug fixing that first. That's annoying. An or statement. I've got an idea. Say or the object visibility is not visible. In other words, it's not there, so you can click away from it. Okay, so if I now... Strange. Is this code that's doing it? If it's visible and the cursor collides, just as a pure catch-all, both must be true. I mean, it should already be both true regardless, but we'll gamble it's not for a second here, and we'll just say it needs to be. Strange. Strange, strange, strange. We're all saving the same thing, right? Animation, animation. Am I missing something and I just don't know what I'm missing? I love also how we have this, and yet it's clearly which language is which is already listed as the name. Sometimes we do. Some of it's full name, like English. I need to make a standardized way of writing it. It's just over time I've added stuff and it's done certain ways. I'm not seeing anything in the documentation about this being a bug yesterday. I mean, we were fixing issues like this. I don't need you. So this turns them back on, right? Louisiana is going to be my testing ground. We'll say button animation. No. We'll say button function, right? So we're turning back on the function, right? If I go to Louisiana, I'm clicking there, right? If I then go into here, I find Louisiana. Louisiana, Louisiana, Louisiana. And we say button function is no. I think that's strange. It's because I selected you though. But first off, clearly that's the fix for that. So state bars visible, disable all functions. If I pure speculation here. Nothing else disabling it. Okay. Pure curiosity. I can't think what else it could be. Maybe it's because there's a button here already. I don't want to think I'm losing my mind here. But... Okay, this disables that. Fine. Oh, dog shit. I just see what I've done, yeah. Fuck. Right. You're stopping it if it collides with it. Okay. You should only not work if it collides and it's visible. Right. Then we'll do an AND statement. Okay. If it collides with it, sorry, an OR statement. If it collides and, so this is true. It's visible and it collides. I don't know if that makes sense though. So it's not in collision, it's visible, or it's not in collision. Because what we don't want it to be is it doesn't work, it's visible. It's not visible, sorry. So I guess one way of doing that would be to have another another AND statement. And the other AND statement would simply be the reverse of that. Right? Okay. Review. Trying to think how to word this. It's like a word game with this, really. That clearly wasn't the way to go about it. Okay, hang on. One of these must be true for this to work. No collision, not visible. Say not visible. Visible, no collision. Because it's not visible, it doesn't matter. Bingo. Aha. Now then, if I do this. Okay, we're now going to experiment with this. We're going to make a save. In fact, we're going to make a backup save. Save cloud. It's going to be 1.4 point, sorry, not point, 14-01. There's a new project. We'll just make that save real quick. Because I'm going to be changing a lot here. So if something goes wrong, we'll just grab that. And that doesn't sound like a logical way of doing it, actually. We'll make a duplicate of the files as well. Or worst case, I'll actually just copy the section of code. That'd be easier than doing this. But this makes a backup anyway, so and we need a backup around about now. Oh, cool. Error with status code. Ignore and continue. Cool, that's okay. So what we're going to do, we're just going to copy the section of code we're messing with, which is all of this, right? Copy. I am just going to put this in a notepad. And save it as the map event. Oh, hang on. Map event state func backup. I'll save that to my desktop for the time being. Okay, and then all we're going to do is change all of these to button function. And in theory, this would actually make a difference. What errors when you do that? No behavior attached and you're recommending it. I think it's because it doesn't recognize the copy paste, but when it matches it to the closest one, it recognizes it. Still strange. I honestly don't know if animations mentioned anywhere else. I'm kind of skeptical to do this. Check it's not mentioned in anything else. It's mentioned up here for this. Change animation. And it's mentioned down here for these and in all of these apparently. And it's mentioned in this. Oh, I can't do it that way then. That's fine. We shall not do it that way. I was going to just do a function replace, but that's fine. I missed any? Yeah, I've missed a few here. I do it for bottom to top just so they don't overlap each other. It's easy to click on the next one. I'd even paste that. There we go. Okay. Now then, in here... Oh, I can get away with this, I think. All right. Please tell me it's not mentioned anywhere else that. Oh, yes, I can. Bingo. Right, okay, cool. That's going to save me a lot of time, that. If you wonder what that empty one in there is, it's Washington, D.C., but obviously we don't want that to be a thing, so... just because how small it is. Let me quickly check what I just got sent. That's the spreadsheet of all the things that need doing art-wise. Thank you. And then this is what I've been waiting on. Aha. Okay. Cool. I don't often say this, but I'm impressed. We'll tune in when I can... Got a puppy being delivered first. Cool, cool. Yeah, oh good, Yasmuna. Okay, I like that. I can't show it yet, but I like the art. That'll make a great addition. Me impress. Okay, so last one to do will be this one, I believe. Yeah. This should be easy. So we're disabling the whole button instead of just the function. If we disable the FSM is the bit of code that basically handles changing the type of buttons. So you've got idle, you've got hovered, and you've got pressed on, sometimes known as clicked. I'll show you in a second what the bit of code is for that. There you go. There we go. That's all them changes. Let's preview that first, and then I'll show you the code I'm on about. Theory now, we never get that. We have to be physically on them. The only downside now is when you click one, it disables it. I have a solution to that. I do. Let me show you this anyway. So this is the button function. You see here, is focused, is pressed, is hovered, is clicked. These are how it looks in the back end. It's just simple parameters and then some event code like this. This is how the function looks. Now, I've not made this. This is a library, but I can go in and edit it to what I need it to do, which is also cool. So I can do different things with this. Yeah. So the problem we're now running into is because the button's disabled, it's not doing the last thing we want to do, which is set the animation. Which I won't lie, I don't know how I did it in the first place. I think it was just freezing on the last animation. So if I was to go in here and say, like, what's Texas? Textures, animation by name, focused. Am I in the right one? I'll just pick any one, it doesn't matter. No, pressed is what I want. Let's test that on Texas quickly, if that works at all. Jesus Christ. Why? Oh, that's annoying. I guess actually that's a feature in a way, because you don't want to have it showing on this. We'll call it a feature and leave it. It's really annoying with that. If I was to do this, add subconditional Texas. If I said pressed is the animation, what would happen? Okay. Nothing, because it changes it back before I has a chance to register that. Oh, hang on. Invert, not pressed. I'm hating how we're using the web for this. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the only downside with changing all that functionality to stop that one issue. Is we now get another issue. I guess it solves it though, so we copy that, save that. We'll go to... I'll need to hide this first, so I don't want to reveal any secrets. Go to our project. So that was a cloud project, that's why it's loading so slow. It's a backup project. Go in here, and we'll just drop that on in. Delete the old one. That leaves us with the new one. We preview the game. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I like that Texas does the right thing by staying on unless it's hovered in this. What if? And it's a big what if. We have to fix to all these first. You're Florida. Texas. This is Georgia. Alabama. Mississippi. Oh, that didn't capture the L. That hello, Louisiana. Colorado. Oklahoma. The problem I found recently is this gap here is going to cause issues. I'm going to write some code to basically have a skip function so it doesn't have anything in it when I do the economy simulation later. I'm going to edit it so if value is, say, 42, I could have a skip there, or I could say if the... I'll add functions to all of it. And then if you have a skipper, you might have issues. I'll just say if 42 is not a thing on the list, go for a specific list. Yep, not land can. Mexico. Arizona. Delaware, that's where Biden's from, isn't it? Biden from Delaware? Yep, represented Delaware. 1973. Choose. Just a few years ago, you know, not like he's, you know. I mean, everyone's fucking old in politics. I'm not even gonna get on the political wagon because I know it for a fact. Trump's old, Biden's old. I don't really care either way. It's not my country, not my shit show. I'm not saying politically it's a shit show, by the way. I'm simply saying, as a saying, it's not my country, not my shit show. I'd say it for any country, that. I've said it before for Ukraine. And in that context, I'm about the politics of this whole energy scandal thing that's going on. Well, I do think that's really stupid to have one while you're at war. Like, come on, wait, do your corruption after the war so, you know, you don't get your country into a bigger shithole. Because then you're just not patriotic, you're just a dick. Not even politics, that's just a fact. Pennsylvania. Indiana Jones. The typewriter. I thought I put the W before the O then for a second. South Dakota. South Dakota. Water, water. God damn it. Water. Can't believe I'm referencing that one person in my mind. Let's talk about the person the other day. In a good way. About my seamless impression of her. Water. Water, please. I miss that. I miss it. It's a shame. I miss the silly accent. But life is a life. Minnesota? Isn't that the place that's had all that stuff going on lately with the people running fake charities scandal? You know what? I wish I ran a fake charity to fund my game. It would be a lot cheaper. I've just spent like a fair bit of money today on some stuff that we need doing art-wise, and I'm just, it's eye-watering amounts. Honestly, kind of wish the artist could have done it. Okay, so in theory now, they're all set. I need to take a phone call in a minute. That's going to be problematic if that makes it disappear. Right. I have a solution to this. Oh, I have a solution to this. I just know I won't like it. Let's test it on a small scale first, shall we? Where's my spreadsheet? Thank you for telling me, Excel, that a spreadsheet got corrupted. I am so delighted that I didn't care. Maine, Wisconsin. No, I want Florida first. Florida, yeah, it's in that order. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy a few of these. Copy those. We're going to go down here real quick. Florida's 49. Texas is 48, correct? Yep. What we're basically saying is it's already turned off, don't turn it off again. Therefore, it won't hide the effect. So we'll go to Mississippi. We got Mississippi. Oh, I left one out. I could have Louisiana there. Right, okay. Interesting. Just Mississippi. That's just weird. Oh, I see. Right, I see. Mm-hmm. Okay. As a testing block, right? We're just going to turn off this real quick. But I think I see the problem. So I need to do Mississippi or... There you go. Texas. Right, just delete that for a second. Cut that, right? Just yoink. What happens now? How about we don't disable the functions in here? Disable them here instead. If I click this one, I'm not clicking through. Strange that Arkansas worked. Yeah, there's overlapping code here. That's part of the issue. So inside of U, right, we're not going to be turning off the buttons for now. So I'm going to do this. We're going to copy you, paste that, disable you, call this old, temp old. I do 2 lines, it should keep the space, yeah. I wanted the space game, thank you. Right. So new's just not going to have this in here. Because there's overlaps that's going on here that's causing part of the issue. There's a few ways you can fix this. I think there's one way where we could just have it have a sheet if it equals this, equals this, equals this, set them to pressed. But this might just be overlapping segments of instructions overriding each other. Thus, it's causing behavioral issues for the actual code. I can see this causing a few of its own issues. So right now. We're hoping here that it doesn't. Because in theory, you could click the same one twice. I wouldn't see that being as big as an issue now because it's not going to do anything different if you can't click through it. Which is why originally you couldn't click two at once, two of the same at once. As we added that segment in, this became redundant. So in theory, removing the behavior tags. Let's do that. Which doesn't undo select. Okay, we'll try that now. Theory. Where's Nevada and... Still, right. Are they both running at once? 1 second. No, so that's not handling that anymore. You're handling the collision. So, my next key thing would be to say, and it's not equal to. Yeah. Okay. Disable function if it's valid, if it's clicked, if these are valid. Right. So if anything, right? We want to make another of you, drag you up here. Just making copies of copies at this point. Just to keep the backup. Give me that, put that there. Press J on that. It's not disabling it. Press J. It's not disabling it. Toggle disable, okay. J's invert, yeah, I'm an idiot. J's invert, D's disable. Oh, I'm an idiot. Right. So this is going to handle if it's clicked only. Right. Got a whole bunch of redundant code right here. Wait. Can we... I know I could just re-add them, but this feels a bit easier just to click undo. Go through to do. Okay, there we go. Now then, I'm going to do a few things here. Duplicate that. Okay. And then go in here, remove you. Balls. This is why I only do small segments. I'm slowly wishing I did this in JavaScript. TDS. Check nothing's left. Okay, so they're going to be setting the values, right? Now then, for you, I'm not sure what condition I'm going to apply to you yet. I want me to do that. Click on do. Oh no, I did mean to do that. Not on that one. On this one. So no conditions. What I want from you is to do the opposite. Okay, so that's the condition for that. Now then, in theory, they might overlap enough that might work just pure chance here. That does work. I don't know why you don't work right now. Nevada's not working. Nevada's going to be 22. Where is Nevada? 15. Nevada is click, set to 15. Okay. For some reason Nevada is just disabled. Not sure why. And for Nevada. Nevada's hovered. Nevada, yes. Good. Get your chat 1 second. Apologies, chat. I should go back and get a call back later on that. Delete these conditions for a minute. Yeah, for Nevada. Why does it have to be this one state? This is like I've jinxed it. I've jinxed it, haven't I? Why are you? That's confusing. I've searched for Nevada. Okay. Oh no! Now Nevada just suddenly works. As you go up and you. Okay, by splitting up that code, it seems to work flawlessly. We're just going to click around quickly. Sure they're all functioning as expected. Ah. Okay, re-preview that. Yeah, I thought you'd turn. Strange. If that happens in the game, I will need. Happening to me, Texas now doesn't work. Really strange. Louisiana, Texas. No, that works for some reason. A minute ago you wasn't working, Oklahoma. Texas is definitely not working. Okay. So why? Why is Texas not working? The easy guess would be that Texas isn't valid, but clearly there it says if hovered true. So that can't be the case. Cursed by isn't collision with that, and all this thing's not visible. That would be a good thing to test. If we click around randomly, can we trigger it? Ah, right, so you see that? By trying to click it when it's visible. Strange. And if the button function's disabled. Yeah. Well, the easy fix to this is to just do it manually like this. And then it'll apply to that specific area, not just anywhere. So we'll test this on Louisiana, for example. You, I pick you. I then do this, I pick this. I can't pick it through that, but that now works. Now Texas is broken, right? If I change Texas to have this conditioning, update the game. Now Texas works. Right, that's the fix. Just applying it across the board. Will make the game a little slower by not having just a single condition check, but we're talking very little compute power being used on this. Even on a potato of a PC, this shouldn't be catastrophic by any means. This should be a perfectly fine thing, this. It's just going to update it as long as they're not being affected. I wonder if we'll ever write code where you just write a sentence and some poor engine has to interpret that sentence. If the player is already selected it, don't do anything. If the player has selected it, by any chance, I mean, we already have, but I mean like plain English code, bear in mind. Sentences have an AI interpreter. That might be realistically just plain English, no matter what. Right, so in theory, no matter what, they won't lock out now, is the theory now. That's cool. Perfect. Right, so that's that fix applied. Now then, I need to do some measurements first here. To take a screenshot from this window specifically. Okay, minimize you. Give me a moment to work out the area of which we have to work with. But here, I'm going to show you what I'm doing to work that out. Actually, I realize I can show this realistically. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, oh, that maybe downscaled weirdly. Anyway, all we're saying is that from this very pixel here all the way across to the end of you is the area of which I'm interested in on this. We're going to cut that so it's visible. And then we're just gonna navigating this when you're selecting. Go up here. Cut that. Okay, that works. Alright, and then B, we'll do the same from here. This part should be easier. That leaves a whole pixel there at the top. Okay. I'm then going to intentionally colour this in a colour that won't appear on the map at all. On new layer probably. But I'll select it from this layer, so any colour matching this, cool. Do that, but do it on this layer. Okay. Now then, tell me, how big is this? 700 by 656. In other words, that's the space area this needs to render this in, which actually is plausible. I'm debating it though. What we'll try to do then, I have an idea. So I want to say the grid should be need to find the file for this now. I closed it earlier, I'm an idiot. It's gonna be in UI, pages, nav. I'll base it off. Cool. So that's where it's going to go. We have like a 20 by 20 by 20 gap. So I'm going to try and visualize that quickly. So stroke inside 20. Okay. All we're going to do is going to repaste the layer. Hang on. Control V. Screenshot. Paste. Okay, so it's pasted on top. We'll drag this over. We'll select the... Hang on, I need to rasterize that, sorry. We'll select this. Cut this, paste it. Delete, delete, delete. And we need the left and right back. So it's just top bottom, yeah. But, in all fairness, that looks fairly decent for where it's going to go. I need to find this dumbbell in your home. Like, my feet... I have a habit of moving it with my foot, though. And slightly lifting it with my foot, which I shouldn't be doing, but they have strong legs. I know for a fact, I don't think you should lift a dumbbell with your legs. Is that a thing that you should do? Yeah, if I do it improperly, it'll cause an injury. Huh. I feel it could enhance my foot strength. If I wear shoes, I'm not. Strange. I've just been playing with it as my feet as a distraction while coding before. Been at it for an hour already. We might take a few minute break then. Yep, I say we take a few minute break and we'll come back. Okay, well, we're going back at it. I'm gonna have a crack at this then. So, I want to work this out a little here. Hmm. What did I just get sent on Teams? Okay. Sorry, I'm just conversing with the artist at the same time. What I'm going to do, we're going to change up the music a little with the valley. Let's see if I hate having a 4K and a not 4K monitor and it messing with stuff. What's the other thing I'm missing? Hang on a minute. Manufacturing, yeah. Manufacturing, research that. So the buildings we've got is metal production, plastic production, electronic production, rubber production, research center, prototype facility, manufacturing plant, and a headquarters. The one thing that is very much catching my attention is the lack of any clarity on what I need. Do I want to have a chamfered edge on this? Hmm. Not sure. Trying to see. Hey, Izzy, how you doing? Am I moving to Texas? No, no, no. What you're seeing here, let me flip over to the game. You're seeing me edit the map. If I preview the game properly, I can show you. I'm currently working on editing the map as follows. So currently I'm just editing around with all the states, all the fun states. So yeah. No, yeah, I'm not moving to Texas. I was just simply looking at something off the screen and then also looking at it and comparing. So yeah, I'm just having a little bit of fun here. Just been sent. I'm like multitasking at the same time, basically. Send a thumbs up to that. I don't need to write anything to that message. Why do I feel like the color does not match this? I'm about to put something in the game as a asset with text on it just to test this, but I don't think the color matches. I'm not convinced. I ain't sure. That's the thing. It very well could match, and it could just be me being a picky fucking guy, but you know. I'm fairly confident for once in my life it's not me. And the color doesn't match. Although it looks more like it matches in the photo editor. Maybe it is me. We'll find out in a second. I'll put it in the game. This is the UI mock-up for it. Let me get it and we'll drop it in and we'll find out. Yeah, this is my game, yeah. I have mentioned it before to you. This is an update I'm working on right now, so I'll show you this because I'm going to be a show off. If I press 2, there you go. Enjoy yourself. Ignore that, that's a developer thing I had in. You can enjoy yourself while I'm editing something and read all the stuff on the screen. But I can go one level in. Pistol's not translated yet, but these are all being translated, so it's taking its sweet time. Yeah. So, translations take time. It takes more time adding them in, actually, is the annoying bit. Yeah. What am I looking for here? Ah, yes, that's what I want to add this normally. I can add it to UI. Add object. It's going to be called build menu. Import image, and we need to get the image for this. It's got to assets, pages. You can't see it anyway, guys. I'm in my own folder directory. Map, and it's build menu. PNG. Add that. Yep. And then all I need to work out. Oh, I don't need to work it out because it's already is worked out. Radical. The text on this will not scale for context before I do this, so we're about to find out. I first want to just see if it looks right. If I was to be positioned, it's hard to get the right positioning on this, but yeah, no, I can't do it. I need it to fix here first, so we'll do that code first. Give me a second. Edit the UI, and it will follow it for a second. It will not scale perfectly, like I said, but it should work. Nice seeing you pop in streamers. Yeah, I don't think I've seen you in stream before, actually. Don't know. Not core UI, it's map UI. Or is it? Is it not just maps? 1 minute. Am I tripping here? Hide all that. Hide all that. And that. I'm a little confused here. Okay, disable that. What's code that's been running for no need reason? Right, hang on. Where is the rescale? I'm so confused. Oh, Izzy as well. If you're still there, if I switch to... Already I'm in Ukrainian, sorry, yeah. If I click around, you'll see it also has all the other stuff, so... Yeah. All translated. Some of the translations are definitely going to be wrong, because I'm the poor bugger that went in and translated them, so... If you spot something, let me know. I am over here. It's in bottom navigation. It's me who's being an idiot. Yeah, here it is. So I want to have the asset known as... Yeah, we'll put it in here. -- build menu. Okay. Gonna use the same code for this as that. Set 00192 by 1080 for now. Link to top left, and its name is build menu. Is it capital B? You're a capital B? No, you're a lowercase b. Update. I don't know how it's going to work now. Ooh. Aha. I figured that would happen. Right. Give me a second. Let me do some mathematics. Why? It's because it's centered in the middle of the screen. We need to do some maths. Yeah. Okay. Remind me. Is the top UI bar... What's my new phone making that noise? I have a new phone I've not even used yet properly. It's just made a random noise. Right. Remind me, how big are you? You're 84? Oh, sorry, so you're 74 pixels. So this should be at 94. Right. So, if we was to set it to 94... That's a rough number. I seriously doubt. So 94 by 610 is the exact thing. Okay. 94 by 610. 94 by 610. Go to files, desktop, game, assets, pages, map, edit. And then if I go into the game, yeah, there we go. So X 610, Y 94, 61094 needs to be updated in the code. Also have to update the English. Fuck. Translation seemed great. The thing I spotted, it kind of throws me off, is that both words spelled with capital letters in the navigation bar. Okay, I can buy on that. Yeah, fair point. It's purely because in English it's that way. I don't think even the reviewing translator picked up on that, because it's in every language, so it's a fair point. I do see what you mean, though. In all languages, it's the same. Right. Good point. Why am I typing? Can I close that? I don't... I wish applied to someone else's message. I typed sorry because I sent something to the wrong person, and then yeah, 700 by 656, 610 by 94. Okay. 700 by 656 x 610 y 94. Update. Yeah, I figured that would happen because it's not loaded from default. We'll load it from default. Aha. That's the next problem. The gap is only here, but not there. But it's scaling. It's scaling. We're one step closer. Right. I need then to edit this a little. I'll make it 680 instead of 700. And I want to see how the game handles that first. 1 second. Squish it, but does that line up? No, it's changing the width too. Ah. Strange. Oh, did I just edit the wrong thing? I'm an idiot. Is that why? I edited the width. It needs to be 636. Oops, that's on me. I'll relaunch the game just to get it to work properly. So it should be 700. Let me write it down. By 636. That gets it in there, so then it needs to be 616 actually. I need to make sure I write my notes better than that. So 700 by 616. So yeah, how's your day going, Izzy? How are you doing? The image is going to look bad because it's just an image for demonstration. So all we can see here is, although it's rescaling it, this image is basically factoring down. That's fine. We can see the gaps are fine now. So the buildings are there. Cool. See, nothing selected. So you need to click this for that to show up. That would disable the map. We'd have to press escape or press a little exit up here. We're going to add. Trying to think if I can make any differences to this, perhaps. I have an idea. We have an idea. Terrible idea, but it's an idea. Oh, in Dan news, I got told off for playing a Russian game yesterday, but I didn't know it was a Russian game. That's Dan's news of the day. I got told off. Apparently, I'm a bit dumb. To be fair, I didn't check if it was Russian because it never crossed my mind to have to check if something's Russian, but you never know. Kind of understand it. At the same time, I explained it quite simply that I don't spend my day checking if a game's Russian or not. Okay, so this should be 700 by 616. It already refactored itself, that's good. lines up like a charm, fits like a charm. That'll be the menu that will handle this. Okay. So, new task. You need to be above all these. But also all those. Can I grab them all quickly? You all need to be layer 10. And locked in place, preferably. 0 for a second. I'll make you 0 by 0. Then we'll test if that fixes itself in a second. Yep, fix itself fine. I want to build this off the side of the page, not have it on the page when I'm doing it. So, these are for the images we're going to have. Are you still there, Izzy? So I have a Ukrainian language question in a second. I've finished streaming in 20 minutes, I got class, but I have a language question. I don't actually know if we have this translated. Do we have this word? Do we have this word? Don't think so. No, we don't. Okay. Right. So. Hmm. Right, so what I want to do, I kind of want to edit this a bit. So let's task 1. Let me find this, find replace with this, replace all. Like that. What would that look like? I haven't got it open. There it is. Show in folder. Is that still a thing in here? Open Explorer. There it is. Show the change. Okay, so only changed that. That's strange. Hmm. I get some to you in a minute. Yeah, we're going to wrap up here, I think, because I need to go get food and stuff. So, with further ado, guys, thank you for watching. When we come back a little bit later, we'll start building this out and improving it. I did put the text in as a placeholder demonstration, so you can see what the options there may be. That is just a static image, though. Bear that in mind. So, yeah. One thing I want to do as well is I first off need to make the code to limit the slots in here. Then I need to make it so when you build up 1, you're going to build up 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. Then we need to be able to view what the slot does when you build it. Yeah. So what I might do is you'll click on this, you'll have another dialog page quickly that pop up and tell you about that slot. And then we'll also have debating this now. We'll have some way of can't choose my words now. Some way of animating it, making it look cool. But guys, with that said, we're going to come back a little bit later. Don't worry, I will be back. I have 2 hours of lessons, so I'll probably be back in 3 hours. I'll give myself a break in between that. So, if you've enjoyed, let me know. And leave a like. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Both for YouTube, like and subscribe because you may be watching this after I've streamed this. If you are watching on Twitch, just say hey. Same for YouTube. But yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will be on again later. I'm going to endeavor to get this right this time. Let's go to studio mode quickly. I want to get the outro perfectly now. I want the Bronx with Lenny as my outro. I'm just like changing every time the outro on site at this point, but let's go with something nice. I want the Bronx. So, right, guys. As always, thanks for watching once again, and I shall see you all later. Goodbye.